Hey everybody, Dog8798 here. This is my most badass anime characters lead list. And the very first character I gotta start off with is Shirato, who is the main protagonist of the anime Legend of Heavenly Spears, Shirato. I just started watching this anime last year and I instantly became a fan of this character. This character is the stereotypical Japanese hero. Naive, headstrong, macho, but sympathetic and caring main prota- main protagonist, and despite not understanding all of the laws of the Tenkukai, he instantly becomes one of the most powerful characters in the show and wields, of course, as you can see in the picture here, the lion's armor. The next character on this list is Kenshiro, the main protagonist of Fist of the North Star. All of the awesome protagonists of action shonen anime exist because of this character right here, Kenshiro. Kenshiro, of course, is modeled after Bruce Lee and Mad Max and Chuck Norris and some Sylvester Stallone too. But this guy is just awesome. I love his compassionate nature when rescuing and talking with the innocent viewers. I love how he broke the censorship of strong macho men don't cry, openly weeping at all the innocent victims that have been slaughtered in the new post-apocalyptic world. And I love his merciless attitude whenever criminals do wrong. When the criminals do wrong, Kenshiro stops at nothing to hunt them down and to make sure they pay with his deadly Hakuto Shinken martial arts skills. Next character, Ryo from the main protagonist of Ronin Warriors, Ryo of the Wildfire, who of course wields the Wildfire armor. He is a stereotypical headstrong leader, easygoing, laid back leader who deeply cares about his troops and is awesome and is the signature face of the Ronin Warriors franchise. When I think Ronin Warriors, he is the first one to come in mind. He is the first person to come to mind. The next character, of course, is Terry Bogard from the Fatal Fury video games, but he is also the protagonist of the Fatal Fury animes that have been released based on the Fatal Fury video games. This guy is just awesome. From the day you saw him as a kid, you saw his mother, you saw his father get murdered on the street, and his journey to learn the secret techniques, to learn master choose techniques to avenge his father's death at the hands of Geese Howard, then continuing on facing his toughest challenge, Krauser, then facing his even toughest challenge, and that's protecting the woman Zula from her brother Laocorn, and facing another tough challenge in Jamin. This guy is just awesome, and it sucks that he doesn't appear in any more. There hasn't been any more adaptations of him. I love Terry Bogard. Next character, of course, is Serena, Sailor from Sailor Moon, the main protagonist of Sailor Moon, or Usanagi, as they pronounce it in the Japanese version and the manga. This is one of the most badass lead female characters. This character was so popular that not only did she exceed the popularity from being a mere Saint Seiya clone, becoming the most popular version of that genre, the most popular one of that entire genre. She was so popular, Serena was so popular that she inspired a new anime and manga genre of her own called the magical girl shoujo genre. Lots of other shows and series came after Sailor Moon hit it big. Next character is Ichigo, the main protagonist of the anime and manga Bleach. I love Ichigo. I love his serious, no nonsense, comical personality, and I love his dedication to his friends and his willingness to help anyone in need, and his also willingness to get stronger whenever he fails a mission. Next character is Ryu from the Street Fighter video games, who is the main protagonist of the Street Fighter 2 animated movie and of course the Street Fighter Alpha anime movie. I love Ryu's silent nature. He lives only for the fight. He lives only for the fight and to test his skills and to to test his skills. But when people are in danger, he puts his selfish desires aside and helps defend those who can't defend himself. And Ryu's just an awesome protagonist, man. And of course the next character, of course, is Naruto Uzumaki, man. I love how, despite being the stereotype of all the characters we've seen in manga and anime, Naruto manages to break the mold and become a unique character, of his own, and become one of the more popular and memorable characters of the shonen manga genre. I love his development from the very first chapter of Naruto with the villagers not liking him all the way up until finally being viewed as a hero. And just his development is probably some of the best development I've seen in a anime or manga manga, man. Naruto, man. Next is Dante, the main protagonist of the Devil May Cry video games. He's also the main protagonist of the Devil May Cry anime series. I love Dante. I love his cocky, confident, laid back attitude, and of course, despite his selfish desires, he puts them aside to help those in need. The next character is Rekka Hinabishi. He is the main character of a show called Flames of Rekka. This guy is cocky, arrogant. And kind of selfish, but does everything in his power to protect. I keep forgetting the woman's name that he has to protect, that he has to offer his ninja services to, but he is dedicated to protecting her and his friends, and he never gives up. And his fiery passion inspires me, man. The next character is Sho Fukunaki. I think that's his name. He's the main protagonist of the show of the anime and manga series Guyver. I love how, unlike some of the others, he just starts off as a normal high school kid who ends up finding this Guyver suit, and uses the awesome Guyver power to protect his friends and stuff. Next is Kanata, who is of course the main protagonist of the Japanese animated film and manga Akira. This probably has to be the best and most memorable character of manga and anime. Man, of anime. So many people, so many writers have took, just like with Kenshiro, have took after this character and created characters of their own. My boy Kishimoto used the character designs from this animated film and manga to create his own Naruto series. Next is Vash the Stampede. I love Vash the Stampede. He's goofy and something of an idiot and a badass wandering warrior. But when he gets serious, he becomes a beast on the battlefield. Next is Gene Starwind. This guy is just a pervert and a stereotypical outlaw. But when he's determined, he also becomes a beast on the battlefield, man. Next is Inuyasha. Inuyasha. I love Inuyasha because unlike most of the other main protagonists I've listed on here, Inuyasha, he starts off as one of the antagonists, but quickly becomes the protagonist, and you see him grow, probably grow the most and change the most out of all the characters in Inuyasha. And Inuyasha is such a fun character. He's violent, reckless, naive, but also sympathetic and caring. You care about this character, and you want him to succeed. Next character is Spike Spiegel, probably one of the more memorable characters of manga. Spike Spiegel, he's pretty much everything I said about Gene Starwind and Vash Stampede, but he's the most memorable of the three. Another badass outlaw cowboy type, space cowboy type character. Next, of course, is Ken the Eagle, or Ace Goodhart from the anime Gatchaman, or G-Force Guardians of Space, or Battle of the Planets here in America, whichever your preference. This guy is also good. This guy was also one of the major innovators of the popular action shonen manga type character, despite belonging to the Tatsunoko, the superhero brand. Lots of the main characters are similar to him. He's headstrong, but passionate. But passionate about his team. That will later be seen in lots of other main characters. Next character is Cobra. Cobra, man, I love this guy. This guy is like a combination of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo from Star Wars, and Judge Dredd, one of the great, my opinion, anti-heroes of manga and anime. Next, of course, is one of the also more, well, he's not that most memorable, but he was one of the more influential and one of the first, and that was Suguru Kinnikuman Man, from the main series Kinnikuman. This guy, the stereotypical naive, goofy, childish main character, which we also see in shonen anime. This guy, along with Kenshiro, was one of the innovators of that type of character. The next character, of course, is characters are Fireball and Saber Rider, who are both the main protagonists of the anime Saber Rider, which in Japan is known as Saijushi Bismarck. Just like with Voltron, this anime is different in both countries. In the Japanese version, Saijushi Bismarck, the main character Fireball, the Asian guy, is the main character. But here in America, Saber Rider is the main character. Either way, both shows are awesome. And both guys are awesome as main characters, man. Main characters. The next series, of course, is the next guy is Pegasus Seiya, the main protagonist of the manga and anime Saint Seiya. Pegasus Seiya, he pretty much inspired. He's the same thing I said about Shirato and Ryo, but he pretty much inspired both of those characters, and it's pretty much an inspiration of Kenshiro himself. Next is he also inspired other characters like Ichigo and the weaponry scene in Bleach. Next is Goku. Goku is so far down on the list because I felt they kept screwing up his character, but he is one of the more memorable characters, and I love the Super Saiyan 4 you see here in GT. He was so awesome in Dragon Ball GT. Well, this has been my favorite this has been my most badass anime lead characters list. There are other characters, but these are the tops and the ones I decided to do right now. Later on, I will do the rival characters, and I'll be doing other major lists like this. All right, Doug out.